Astoria and his little pug. So that's where I started. But I didn't really approach it in any different way to how I've always approached any character. I mean, yeah, I'm quite boring, really.
Care to differ. Paul, I would like to ask you about something that doesn't have anything to do with Harry Potter, if that's okay. You play Olegerd van Everik in The Witcher, which is something I only found out a couple of days ago. It's a very expansive video game, I'll go on a whole thing. How is that, how do you bring your theatrical talents into inhabiting something like that where it's only your voice powering? This is a video game where he plays, could not be more opposite than Ron Weasley.
I'm very versatile.
It's so Ron of you.
When you do a computer game and stuff, they tend to show you the artwork and give you a backstory to it, and then you try out 8 different voices, and they go, yeah, that one. That's about as much to it as that. Doing voice stuff, you get more opportunity just to try loads of different stuff. It doesn't necessarily have to be what you look like, which is handy.
I had no idea.
I had to call him up one day because I was watching Despicable Me with my daughter. I went, Paul? Was it you? Yes, it was. Which is it? The first one?
I'm in the Minions movie.
Oh.
I'm the.
It's all part of the same thing.
I'm in the. And here's Bob, who is now a little yellow boy, or something like that.
Joy.
You are very Ron-like, it seems. When you said I'm very versatile, it's very like, I'm very famous.
Yeah, it's not a huge leap, is it? Let's be honest.
Is Ron for you different at all from end of book 7 through where we start our story with Chris Child? Or has he gone through a journey, or is he pretty much the Ron we know?
I mean,
it's up to you.
I'm pretty much turned up like this, to be honest.
Fair enough.
And I tried to discuss with Jack a few times because there was a lot of food jokes. And I'm a big fan of a food joke, but we got rid of a few of those because I'm incredibly fit. Just been running with Alex Price. He won't be able to get up.
Precision running, yeah, this afternoon.
But yeah, I mean, it was to try and bring some light around all this misery. So that was my job. Thanks for that.
Sam, you might have noticed there was one missing. Albus has a great onus upon him. We know this just from his name, so there's no keep the secret there.
Yeah.
Yet he's a really relatable teenager. He's very Harry Book 4, Harry Book 5.
He's very tricky. He's a very tricky young man.
Yeah. How did you approach those, getting him from relatable?
Well, it was when I first read it. We were locked. I was locked in Sonny Freeman's office for 7 hours reading the script cover to cover, and got to the last page. I put it down and went, "This young man is incredibly unlikable. He's a real sod." And if we're seeing a lot of this story through his eyes, I have to make him as relatable as possible. So with Albus, I absolutely try to start with the fun in him. How does he tick? And it all comes down to this friendship and this friend. and how these two work and their love of things like quizzes. And then once we'd sort of found that, and we bonded as people, and then we bonded the two characters together.
I hated him for the first 3 weeks.
Yes, you did. He hated you for the first 3 weeks.
I'd never met someone so lovely, and I was like, there must be an ulterior motive. He was like, hey mate, would you like a cup of tea? And I was like, what are you up to? I was like, what's his game? And then I realized he's just the most beautiful human being that I've ever met. And I just love him with all my heart.
So that's where I started, and then once we sort
You haven't kissed him and cuddled him though.
Yeah. Not yet.
After, in private.
And then just started to sort of start listening the turbulent relationship with Harry over the top of all of that, and you know, the bullying aspect at school and the isolation. But I absolutely started with the likability because we have to find him enjoyable for this story to work.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. Well, we are soon going to go to audience questions, but I just want to ask you quickly. This is March 17th is your last day in these roles all at once. What will you miss?
I kind of will miss, but I know I'm going to see them again. Does that make sense? I think this has been seminal for all of us in so many different ways, but the fact is, I said to Anto and Sam, my daughter's 11, she's going to bump into you in 10 years' time going, "Hi, Uncle Sam, hi, Uncle Anto." And you're going to go, "What?" They're going to, "You've grown," and that's because it's this lot I'm going to miss. Yeah.
Not seeing him every day. I mean, we don't live together, but we pretty much do. We share the dressing room for the last 3 years of our lives.
It was so weird, like when we finished in London, going from seeing one another every single day, I met up with him like a month after, not having seen him for a month, and it was like running into an ex. I was like, "Hey, you look great." He was like, "Have you been?" You know what I'm saying? It was really weird. We had to have like 3 pints before we could just like settle down again.
Yeah. It was really weird.
Yeah. I will definitely I'll miss everyone.
Yeah, I think I'm going to miss playing someone really good. I don't often play people this good. And, or not good, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, decent, true, honest, all that. And it's quite interesting. It's really juicy to play people who aren't that, but it's made me feel a bit better about myself for the last few years. So I'm going to have to do that for myself now. Now I'm really going to miss New York, and I don't think we even comprehend what it's going to be like not embodying these characters anymore. I think it's going to be a big transition for us. And other people will be doing it all over the world and are doing it already. So it's also sort of light and meaningless. Like the baton's already passed and the story continues.
Stop it.
Well, before we go to your audience questions, we have a little treat. There's a special video clip for those of you who haven't seen it. You've probably seen a little piece of it somewhere, but we have a nice full wand dance video for you.
Starring Sam Clements.
Yeah.